Welcome back to Better Than Bowyer. Before we get into the episode, let's check in on the prediction league. First thing you'll notice is that we have a new leader. Pablo 6 points, pushes him up 3 places to take top spot. Last week's joint leaders, Stafford Bantam and Bantam 2708, dropped to second. Our Carroll also falls 1 place to third. Bruce Bannister and Ujas rise to joint 6th, while Riverside Bantam falls 3 places to 8th. If you haven't already, you can still get involved. Maybe too late to have a serious chance of winning, but you can still go for the bragging rights to getting the perfect prediction. If you would like to get involved, there are links in the description to the rules and the latest entry thread. And with that, let's roll the titles. So welcome to Game Week 27 in Sky Bet League 2, where we travel down to Crawley. Crawley are currently 6th in the table, but are in consistent form compared to our extra form, so hopefully that's something we can take advantage of. Anyway, before we get into lineups, let's check in the news since the last episode. We showed you this at the end of last episode, but for those of you who turned off when the match was completed, Wood's injury was a groin strain. We have the option of giving him an injection and getting through the Crawley game, but that will see him out for 6-7 weeks. We have Henley as backup, so we're just going to leave it to the physio, where we will be back in 4 to 5 weeks' time. Anthony O'Connor picked up a booking against Swindon. That's his 10th of the season, and he gets him a 2-match ban. He's been fined half week's wages for his indiscipline. It really puts us in a bit of a hole because Ben Richards Everton is still out with the virus. So that's all the news for this episode. Let's get back to the lineups. In team news, we already know that we're missing O'Connor through suspension. We also missed 3 through injury, and Donaldson is a doubt. Crawley are missing Rabala through suspension. Nathan Ferguson is missing through injury, and Van Velzen and Nathaniel George are doubts. So the lineup we're going with is McGee in goal. Henley comes in for Wood and Staunton in for O'Connor. They are joined by Powdy and Mellor. Pritchard is still out, so Reese keeps his place alongside Cook. The front four are unchanged. Middleton and DeVitt on the wings, and McCartan Novak up top. On the bench, O'Donnell, Devine, Connolly, Guthrie and Taylor keep their places. They are joined by Tyler French and Alfie Dawson. So now on to the team talk, and I guess I'll go with passionate, and I guess I expect to win. Defence-wise, I'm going to go assertively telling them that I expect a solid performance. And in fact, I think I'll do the same thing for midfield and attack as well. 3 minutes in and we haven't had a highlight, so I'm going to change it up. Going to pull DeVitt more central and try and overload them. Hopefully Meda can handle the right wing on his own. I'm actually going to play him as an Engache, and I'll go to his personal instructions, and I'm going to get him to shoot a bit more. He's got a good long shot on him. Melo on the ball. Place it inside the Reeves. Reeves controls the ball, but Cameron's in quickly and steals it from him. We're in real trouble here. It's a massive gap to exploit. Doesn't have the pace to do it though. Place the ball into Cameron. Cameron shoots across the goalkeeper first time, and it's in. We're 1-0 down. Good goal, but poor from us. So on the replay, we see that as Cameron breaks into our half, he has a gap big enough to fly a 7-4-7 down. We're just hoping to have the pace to get away, and our defenders can get back at him. The one thing we have going for us is Henley. He has seen danger, track back well, and if Reeves can't get back at Cameron, can curve his run to provide cover. So actually, we have no problem dealing with it. Powdy is tracking Bloomfield's run. Staunton has Palmer under control, and Miller should be able to deal with Alarakia. So if we move it on, it looks like we've got it fairly well covered. And if we pause it here, Reeves and McCartan look to have Cameron painted into the corner, with the only possible outball being this one. Gregor Cox and Dacry Coyley have an overload on Middleton, which could be a problem, but Henley is positioned well to help out. You could maybe argue that Staunton should maybe be goal side of Palmer, because he is on the blind side currently. Just dropping himself back here would help him cover better. Powdy could also be close to Bloomfield, rather than giving that yard of space, which he ultimately uses really well. You certainly wouldn't expect the ball to Bloomfield to be on. It looks impossible. It's a brilliant ball though from camera, and Bloomfield used that yard he's got. Strikes it first time hard, low and across the keeper. Brilliant finish. Worth taking another look at this, because even when it's against you, it's hard not to admire Camera's play. Starts with a great reading of the game to possess Reeves, then it's a run with a purpose, and when he is stopped, shows great composure not to panic and pick out that pass. Bloomfield had a lot to do, but brilliant from Camera. Middleton on the ball. Gregor Cox harries him, steals the ball and he has space to run into. Howdy comes across to cover him. Checks his run, pings it into the near post. Oh, brilliant by Staunton. Looked a certain goal by Bloomfield. So at the start of the move, Staunton is central marking his man. However, it's Bloomfield here who's going to be the danger. Powdy does have him, but he's going to get tracted out here to cover Gregor Cox's run. It's actually surprising Gregor Cox didn't play the ball sooner. If he played this one, throw Staunton and Powdy out the game. He chooses to carry on running though. Powdy and Middleton do well to get back at him and force him to check his run. When the cross comes in, we see Staunton still has a lot of space to cover. He reacts quickly though, sees the danger and moves with purpose. Bloomfield still gets the ball first. Just as he strikes the ball, Staunton puts in a perfect tackle and knock it away for a corner. For a young and inexperienced player, that shows great natural instincts, and just with more game time, he could become a key player. Middleton on the ball, plays inside DeVitt, DeVitt to McCartan, McCartan back to DeVitt. DeVitt sweeps it out to Mellor. Mellor tries to cross, but it's charged down. Reeves picks it up. Strikes it first time. He's safe for the keeper. We're used to dominating the half-time stats, but not today. They lead 7 shots to 5. We've had a little more possession, but not by much. Our passing a little more accurate, but down on normal. We've dominated tackles 92% to the 67. Even by our standards, headers won are low at 47%. It's no surprise now keeper's our best player, but the question on everyone's lips is David the worst player on the pitch? For a second game in a row, no, that's Henley. Either he has stepped up since this became a half-time feature, or everyone else wants their own half-time feature. Before we go to the team talks, some interesting details in the team analysis. Mellor's won the ball back the most of anyone, while Reeves has lost the ball the most. Reeves, though, is our most promising player at breaking into the final third. So the team talk, I'm going to go aggressively and tell them to show me something else in the second half. I'm going to leave it at that as well, because they've mainly responded well. Corner comes in, it's headed clear though, falls to Middleton, edge of the box. He looks up, puts in the cross. Novak! But it's straight at the goalkeeper. Staunton shot to Mellor. Mellor to Reeves. Reeves with one touch pass to McCartan. McCartan into DeVitt. DeVitt shoots. Tony Cliff Reeves, but he's never troubling target. Henry with long throw. Headed clear by Dallison. DeVitt picks up the ball. His cross is blocked. It falls to McCartan. McCartan cross. Mellor! 1-0! No, wait, it's ruled out offside. How was he offside? Don't understand this. Well, at least looking threatening this half. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, so it's McCartan who's off. Oh, he was then. Oh, Shane wasn't more switched on because it wasn't even from where he crossed it from. Free kick for Crawley. Whipped in by Doherty. Staunton deals with it though. His clearance though only finds Tony Cliff. Tony Cliff turns and crosses. And Adekaria, but he heads it just over. Let's look to make some changes to go for this win. We'll move DeVitt back out wide to get some width and we'll drop McCartan back where DeVitt was playing, hoping he'd dominate centrally while having more outlets out wide. It's a throw. Mellor to take. Keeper comes, chooses a punch. Cook picks up the loose ball on the edge of the box. Plays it to Reeves. Reeves out to Mellor. Mellor back to Reeves. Reeves forward passing to McCartan. McCartan back to Reeves again. Reeves with a pick layoff to Cook. Cook strikes it. Oh, now level. What an amazing strike. Great team goal as well. So that one-touch passing was absolutely fantastic. Let's just enjoy the triangles that have been played there with one-touch passes. And eventually it finds its way to Cook. And Cook has a gap. He strides into it and then strikes it really hard. Keeper maybe should have done better. He was quite close to it. Let's have a look, see if the keeper could have done better. Centre back certainly could have been closer. And I'm not sure. It's hard to tell from that angle. Let's have a look at the overhead, see if that gives us a clearer picture. So it comes to Cook. He strikes it hard, strikes it clean. And it's going towards the keeper. Maybe it's a little bit late. But he dives with plenty of time. And yeah, he definitely should have got that. Both the keeper and the centre-backs will probably be disappointed with it. But let's not take too much away from both the strike and the build-up play. Let's watch it again, this time from the sideline. A brilliant strike. Even if the keeper had got his hand on it, I don't think he's keeping out. Not only is DeVitt struggling on 6.3, but his fitness is the lowest of the team, so let's bring some special legs. Taylor's done well in the last 2 games, so we'll bring him on, but we'll play him deep in DeVitt. Created absolutely nothing since the goal, and this is probably going to be the end. Taylor to clear, Taylor's got it, clears it up to Middleton. Middleton tries forward. Are we going to get one more last chance? Middleton keeps going, but it's a tackle, and the ref's certainly going to blow it when the keeper kicks this. Doesn't even get the kick hit. So 1-0 was disappointing. Team talk wise, I'm going to go assertive and tell them I'm far from pleased. And they've responded well. Hopefully that gets better performance next game. We were certainly better in the second half. We restricted them to only off-target shots, while we managed to have 4 on target. Cook was our best player and was unlucky not to get man of the match. The mistake column and the lack of chances and key passes tells the story though. Mellor had 3 mistakes. Powdy 4, Henley 3, Reeves 5, McCartan 4, Novak 2, Middleton, DeVitt, Cook and Staunton made 1 each. The only player without mistake was McGee. And in other results, Carlo lost 4-0 to Plymouth. Plymouth remained 4th, while Carlo dropped to place to 23rd. Cheltenham beat Walsall 1-0. Crawley's draw of us takes up 1 place to 5th. Exeter lost 2-0 to Cambridge. Exeter fall 2 places to 24th and last. Cambridge rise 2 places to 8th. Leighton Orient lost 1-0 to Grimsby. Mansfield beat Oldham 1-0 and jumped 1 place. Mansfield lost 2-0 to Forest Green. Mansfield fell 1 place while Forest Green closed the gap on us. Colchester started day in 5th and went away to bottom club Morecambe. Should have been an easy win, but they lost 2-0 and fall 1 place to 6th, while Morecambe get themselves to the bottom of the table and move up to 22nd. Salford meanwhile beats Northampton 4-1. That moves Salford up 2 places to 21st, while Northampton dropped 1 place to 20th. Scunthorpe beat Newport 3-0. Stevenage and Port Vale drew 2-2, while Swindon Town beat Crewe 2-0. So there we've reached the end of the episode. It was a short one today. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't even break 10 minutes. When you don't get a highlight for 23 minutes in the match, that doesn't really come as a shock. As we have a bit of time, let's have a quick look at the play stats. Donaldson's still top scorer with 14. He's also has the highest average rating at 7.26. Middleton's providing the most assists. Cook has the best pass completion ratio at 89%. Novak's 5 Player of the Match awards is the highest. O'Connor has the most yellows at 11. We're also doing well on reds with just Akpansi in red, and that was early in the season. So next match is at home to Scunthorpe. We'll still be without O'Connor, but after Staunton's performance today, I'm not that worried. This match will take place on Wednesday 29th of July at 8 PM BST. The entry thread for this match in the Prediction League can be found in the description, as is the link to the rules if you want to take part for the first time. And if you enjoyed this video and taking part in the Prediction League, please drop us a like. It really helps us out and it's much appreciated. While you're at it, also remember to subscribe. 95% of you watching this don't subscribe. Not only does that help us out, but it also ensures you see next episode as soon as it's posted. And with that, thanks for watching and see you next time.